What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video with your boy, Dari Promo. Make sure you all hit that like button, hit that bell, subscribe to the YouTube channel for your boy. Come on now. Now, y'all see what I'm talking about in the title. We talking about discipline. Taking responsibility for yourself. You feel me? That's pretty much how you love yourself. A lot of people out here, they don't love themselves. They feel like the world go in. They feel like God don't got no answers for them. They feel like, there's no breakthrough for them. But that's wrong right there, It's all about loving yourself and knowing who you are. And what I mean about loving yourself as I break more into it, because I'm still working on it too myself, so I ain't judging nobody. But taking ourselves out to eat, you feel me? That's part of loving yourself. We shouldn't have to always call on somebody, yo, hey, you want to go out to eat? We need to start just doing that for ourselves and take ourselves out to eat, Just a nice little dinner for yourself. Buy yourself a peace of mind. Now, that's what you call loving yourself right there. Because, see, if you don't love yourself, then guess what? Nobody will. Now, I heard that from J. Cole's song. I ain't gonna lie. Love yourself, girl, or nobody will. Yeah. But yeah, like I was saying though, man, I'm, at the breakthrough of, just staying disciplined, loving myself, taking care of myself, focusing on my health, growing, staying consistent, getting things done, becoming more of a man, handle more of my responsibilities. So, back then, as a youngin', I used to run from responsibilities, but now I'm running to responsibilities. Like, I know I owe this on my credit, right? But I've been trying to pay people to try to get it removed off my credit. All this time, I've been trying to pay people to get stuff removed off my credit. Except for me owning up to my debts and just paying it, you feel me? And I don't gotta just instantly pay that debt off. I can call them and say, hey, can we come up with a settlement before I, decide to pay in full, Actually, can we come up with a settlement? So that just seemed like the best choice of, fixing my credit. Because last year, I spent $500 for somebody to fix my credit. Do you know my credit still looking and sitting how it was looking back then? But that was a life valuable lesson for me, though. I the one that bumped my head, you feel me? Oop, I bumped my head. But guess what? I bet you that same person thinking about me around this time. You feel me? They want to mess with good-hearted people, you feel me? But I ain't tripping on that, man. I actually made close to that money back throughout the summer 2025 when, AI got to taking over ChatGPT and all that. I was doing cartoon photos and everything, and I just remember running up more than, $300. I was about at $400. Really, I had over $500, but, when I got the $400, I kind of spent the money on whatever I wanted to spend it on, to where once you spend the money, you don't got nothing no more. But after I spent the money, it was still more, ChatGPT money coming in. So I can say I made over $500. It just was in small, pieces of its own, but it was all combined for sure. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm working on loving myself, y'all. Taking care of my body, taking care of my health, getting my hair cut, like at least I say, as a man, we should be having our hair cut at least 3 times a month. Now, I don't even really go for 3, but that's just the set limit. If you can go for 1 or 2, then go for 1 or 2. But it's like, for me to go for a 1 or 2 haircuts throughout the month, I'm going to have to wear a wave cap. Because if I'm not wearing my wave cap, then my hair grow back fast. And it get to coming up because I ain't been laying it down or none of that. So, that's part of responsibility and discipline for me. You feel me? With that mindset, I'm sure I can go a lot of places, But yeah, I just brought me this truck. It's a 1999 Ford F-150 two-wheel drive. So, you know, where I'm at right now with that is, you know, wishing and hoping that it gets me through a lot of years, you feel me? And I can make my money back plus, you know, some more, and I can put it to work this summer. So I'm working on getting the plates, the tags, and the insurance on that. You know, it's not a finance vehicle. I fully own it. You know, this is my first vehicle that I ever brought in life. So, you know, I'm finna also be 29 for February 24th. So my birthday coming up, you know, it just seemed like I'm becoming more of a man, you know, handling responsibilities, knocking goals down, you know, because it was just, you know, weeks ago and months ago that I was saying I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna get that. But now we here, you know. So when you have made that breaking point to where you are here, you can't let that win or that loss get to you. You got to keep going. So that's what I'm doing right now, y'all. I'm just keep going, you know. Like, I honestly could have just been laying down right now, scrolling on Facebook. But see, I get paid on Facebook, but I be feeling like Facebook is part of my distraction from kicking it with y'all right here on YouTube, because I can't be on YouTube and scrolling on Facebook. You know, I'm telling you, I make money on Facebook, but I gotta give y'all my attention too. You feel me? And I don't want to just keep giving y'all my attention like this. Yeah, and I'm in my phone most of the time. You feel me? So I'm trying to do this stuff the right way, what makes it better for y'all, so y'all not clicking off my videos or none of that, you feel me? Like, I'm real life working my way up to the top, bro. I'm clocking in every day at 6 a.m. to 2:30, Monday through Friday. So if I'm clocking in at 6, that means I gotta be up around 5 just to get ready to be there at 6, you feel me? There's no way you can wake up at 5:50 a.m. to go to a job and clock in. You gotta prepare yourself, you feel me? So my energy, bro, that job be, you know, not just that job, but jobs period, you know. Sometimes it can be overwhelming. Sometimes you can, you know, lose some energy to where you don't feel like doing no content. So we go see how things go when my tripod come in the mail. I've been waiting on my tripod, y'all. It's supposed to be here probably the end of this week, so I want y'all to stay patient for that. I'm gonna do a review, of course, about the tripod and everything, but this video right here is off the iPhone 17 Pro Max, of course, you feel me? That's how I'm coming. That's how I'm coming, you feel me? But what if I ain't give y'all this video? What if I ain't give y'all this video right here? Y'all wouldn't even care. Y'all wouldn't even realize Dari Promo wasn't on YouTube, huh? If I ain't give y'all this video right here, would y'all? Y'all wouldn't care. That's how I know I don't really matter to the YouTube scene. You feel me? Where my true supporters at? That's rocking with your boy. That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. I got my boy, Harder Sentai. He called me today, said he finna do a YouTube shout out for me. You feel me? Appreciate that to the fullest. You feel me, man? I've been praying real heavy for my boy. I also, you know, been worried about him, but being worried leads to not, you know, having faith. So I try not to be so worried and just, you know, go with the flow and, you know, remind him that video has stopped. But yeah, like I was saying, remind him that God loves him. You feel me? Because see, it took other people to remind me, even after I got baptized, that God loves me. Sometimes we fall short in life and we feel like ain't nobody in our corner. We feel like ain't nobody there. But when somebody can remind you that, man, that's a blessing in itself. Waking up in the morning, that's a blessing in itself. You feel me? Like, back then I had my childish ways, you know, picking on people at school, starting fights and, you know, bothering people for no reason. But as you get older, you start to mature. You start to live life different, and you start to actually understand your calling in life, what God wants you to do. A lot of people ain't, you know, reached that level yet to understand what's they calling And that's fine. Just talk to him and you ask him to show you the way, guide you. Which direction do he want you to go? Not me, not which direction I want you to go. Which direction do he want you to go? Because see, my plans ain't bigger than his plans for you. He got some greater plans than I got for you. So I suggest you to call on him and ask him, which direction should you go? You feel me? Now, other than that, YouTube, I've been grinding, showing up and showing out on this YouTube platform. But not only that, though. Y'all know I just started my second YouTube channel. It's going to be in the comments. I've been working on that channel as well, building my subscribers up and everything. We at about 30 subscribers over there. You know, I can't go live over there until I'm at 50 subscribers. So that's what I'm working on over there. You feel me, y'all? One step at a time for your boy. But yeah, I'm grateful. I'm thankful, you know, enjoying life. Appreciating it for what it is, you feel me? Like, I can't complain at all, y'all. I can't complain at all. But you see, God been the realest one that's been on my side. Besides my YouTube supporters that's with me, you know, on a daily, you know, God, bro. I put the blame on God as far as why my life is the way it is, the way the sun and the light is just reflecting on me. You know, it can be worse than what it is. But I put the blame on God. And I'm appreciative. Real life appreciative. But see, this YouTube platform, I'm trying to make it way better for y'all. Make my videos more interesting. Get out there in the field with y'all and show y'all how I live. How I cut up outside, you feel me? Real talk. That's what I'm real life been working on. That's what I got in plans. Other than that, you know, we got the Yorkie. She 9 years old right now. She 9 months. I said years, but 9 months, you know. She'll be a year April 2026. So that's a good thing right there. But other than that, you know, hey, we on a whole different level, from YouTube to moving furniture out of people's houses, cleaning carpet, you know, power washing houses. So that was one of my main reasons why I had to go ahead and get that truck, so I can get things going, you know, get the ball rolling. Because see, I had everything up inside my Malibu. And if you know what a 2015 Chevy Malibu look like, then you know how I feel about having all that stuff squished up in one small vehicle. So I had to do a little bit of upgrading, you know. It wasn't no fresh truck off the lot or, you know, a finance truck, but, you know, just something used that can get me through the day, through the months, hopefully through some years, you know. That's what I'm real life hoping for. Shoot, I needed to get me more than through the day and then through the months. I needed to get me through some years. I want to make my money back, plus more money on top of that. That's my goal. That's where I'm aiming at with it, you feel me? So other than that, YouTube, I ain't been doing much. Just being a family man. Y'all know, just being a family man and working. That's all I can do, you know. But yeah, YouTube, make sure y'all drop some comments, subscribe to the YouTube, hit that like button on this video, and I'm gonna be over on your page. But I can't come to your page if I don't know you on my page, or unless I just want to off rip support your page, because I do that. Even if you don't support me, if I'm rocking with you, I'm gonna go over your page and go subscribe and support and show some love. That's just who I am, you feel me? So peace out, YouTube.